Hello, Roach here, and welcome back. I am still at my industrial zone here, but I'm about to make a trip to actually show you a a farm that I don't think I've had the chance to show you yet. And that farm is this farm right here. Now it is about to get dark, which is a perfect time for a little bit of a test, a bit of an AFK, if you will. Now, I haven't shown you it because it is just god-awful looking. It looks terrible. I mean, I've used 5 different materials here. It was just, I used whatever was around. But it does function, and it's where I've gotten all of my slime thus far, but I'm going to need a lot more than what I have. Therefore, I'm going to have to do a little bit of AFK. Oh. Well, this is also not great because I'm terrible at using the elytra, but I'll have to do a little bit of AFK here, and then we are going to see what I need to do down there to make things just a little bit better. As the sun rises, I didn't actually get the chance to, or really care, to look and see. Oh, there it goes. It looks like a half moon, so it's not going to be ideal, but I did see some stuff, some slime spawning down here. So once again, it is, well, I see where I need to mob proof. So basically this whole area right there, as well as probably this area here. And that should be it. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go down and take a look and see how much we got just in a few, well, just in a single night. Well, admittedly not great, but this is one of those things where I think I'm just going to have to AFK for a few days, mob proof all the way around. And once I do that, I think it's going to be fine. But let's go ahead and start working on this, and hopefully we can get this thing working well. And after taking a couple of minutes to just make this little contraption here, this ultimately, I mean, as with all of my redstone, it's kind of janky, but it does automatically craft them into slime blocks, which means I can AFK here for really just as long as I want to. Now I would like, let me go ahead and just do this. Of course, here's the setup. Super simple as always. But the whole reason why I chose this area, first of all, is just because it's so far away from everything else. I don't want to ruin an area with these terrible looking farms if I can at all help it. Also, I like the idea of it being next to this abandoned village. I think it's interesting. But finally, I really like, there is somewhere near here, within probably 300-400 blocks, there is a witch hut. So I would like to make a witch farm very, very soon. And the reason for that being, I'm getting sick and tired of having to mine for all of my stuff, all of my redstone, that sort of a thing. So I think building a witch farm along with this is going to help me immensely very, very soon in a lot of the builds that are coming up. So let's just AFK here for quite some time, and then we will try to figure out whether or not this is working. And after AFKing for quite a long time, I got not enough slime, but it'll be enough to at least start. Now, you'll notice I'm already back here, and the reason for that being, as I was AFKing, I realized that I was doing things a little bit backwards than what I should have been doing. The slime is all for a build kind of centering around this. But in order to do the rest of this, I kind of need to finish something else. So I came back and started working and spent, I mean, quite literally hours working and placing blocks. Hours just placing blocks, really. So let's go ahead and take a look outside and I'll show you just what that is. Now, as we're watching this, normally I have music here, but I thought I'd just kind of explain some weird artifacting that you're seeing. Not really sure what's going on. It was just kind of there as I was making it. Maybe it's because my computer isn't the best in the world, but it's just the mod that I'm using. But you'll see, did this all really in one go. It took almost 3 full hours. And you should notice a fair bit of a difference here. I need to get rid of that. But I finished the walls. And this alone took me way too long. Of course, if you're wondering where I got all of the sandstone, you don't really have to look too far because it all came from here. Basically, every bit of sandstone has come from this area down here. Kind of amazing how much and how far it got me. And I'm almost completely out of the sandstone that I had left. In fact, the rest of what I have is right here. That's it. That is literally all of the sandstone I have left. We've gotten a fair bit done, but I don't think I will be finishing this today. So let's just take a few minutes and look around and talk about things that I need to change, things that I kind of wish I had done a little bit better, and really what already has been done. So first of all, some things that have already changed. All of my villagers died. Every single one of them, unfortunately, which kind of motivated me to make this contraption, basically. So I have all of the villagers now organized in an easier way. I've also went ahead and made all of these guys Fletchers, just for the stick trade. I had initially, and this is something that I need to change, I had initially made it to where a lot of them were automatically being crafted into sticks. I, of course, have actually already changed this. At this point, it's just this one, I believe this one single chest that's being crafted into sticks. The rest are all being crafted into blocks of bamboo. And the reason for that, simply put, is I can, let's go ahead and just do a little bit of trial here. I can fill up, a large portion of my inventory. We'll just do that much. And then just kind of do one of these numbers. And I feel like this is actually a better way, a more efficient way of doing it, especially since I don't have all of these automatically filling up. Of course, I've actually got it set up to where it will once I finally get a item stream up there and that connected to it. And that's the next thing. I need to connect water streams to all of these guys, including them up there, so that I can automatically have paper and the likes. Which brings me to my item filters. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I am somewhat happy with this, but I wasn't really thinking when I started to add in the filters. As an example of this, it's nice to have them all together, but really the only time I'm using sugarcane is to craft rockets. But I don't even need sugarcane for that. I need paper, which I can get all the way over on the other side with the villagers, because I'll just, you know, craft a double chest full and be good for weeks and weeks. Also, gunpowder. I just need to be throwing this stuff away. There's no reason for me to be having, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 double chests full of gunpowder. This just needs to get thrown away, and it will eventually happen. And then that brings me to, let's see, iron blocks. Sticks, same deal. I don't really need sticks, you know? I don't really need sticks. So basically, this whole thing, this whole front bit can be repurposed and will be repurposed for future items. Theoretically, just single items, perhaps even single filtered items. Just a double chest full. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but there's certainly a way. And then even all of these, like, handy, sure, but do I need 20 double chests full of bamboo planks? Absolutely not. It's just ridiculous. Speaking of that, actually, we'll go ahead and turn off this farm, because really, it's going to take me a while to go through all of my stores, and I think what I've got going here is perfectly fine for now. Basically a double chest for every single villager, plus all of this, and this goes down several as well. So really, this all needs to be connected. I need to continue building this up so that I can start selling all of, you know, all of this iron that I've accrued, because I have slowly been getting more and more. Also, I should probably expand this just a little bit, for no reason, really, other than I want to. I can just continue expanding this all the way to the top, make another one on the other side. It's just, you know, I have the space, may as well do it. But I do think I'm just about burnt out on all of these big, grindy projects. I mean, let's just do a quick little fly around of this. I probably should take that down. This alone was probably, I also should do that, probably one of the biggest undertakings I personally have ever done in Minecraft. And I mean, it's been ridiculous. It's taken me so long. But at the same time, you know, I've learned that it's achievable. Like, it is something that isn't just, you know, Hermitcraft level. It can be just my personal Minecraft world, because it is something that, as long as I'm just willing to put forth enough time and effort, you know, it's well and achievable. But I think in order, or rather before I get this finished, I would like to go ahead and get started on this. And I definitely won't finish it today. I just want to use a good portion of the slime that I collected, and I just want to begin to build up and see how much slime I truly need. Slime, green, glass, maybe even some of non-stripped bamboo planks, all of those green things, just to make it look a little bit different. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. And after just a little bit of time, this is what we've got. And this is really just the very tip of the iceberg, if you will. Just one facet of the whole build. And I think this is the general vibe that I'd like. I'd like for it to be eventually be a little bit thicker than this, I think. So we'll have to build out some parts. But I'll let you use your imagination as to exactly what this is going to be the smaller part of, because this is going to end up being a much, much bigger part of this build. But I think that's just about all the time that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.